Hello and welcome to the Moyo show. This is slightly different from last week because last week we didn't do a video. We didn't do a face. I hit the microphone. We didn't do a face cam. Last week was quite different. I didn't have water. I have water this time, so we shall succeed. I have some notes here. Notes on what I'm going to be talking about. Today's video is all about my favorite games. I've just sort of gone through, I did an export of my Steam list, my Steam library, that's right, and I've gone through it. I'm speaking slightly quickly because I want to get through 1 hour with, I think, 10 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, not necessarily games, but I think IPs is the right term. 10 IPs, I would say. So 10 games, basically, to get through. 5 minutes for each thing. 5 minutes for intro and outro. And then 50 minutes worth of just talking about things. My hand is slightly dry, which is kind of annoying. I got it out of the shower. My hair is also a little... but I can't be bothered. So, setting expectations early. So last week was slightly different because we talked about the news, and as mentioned, today we're just going to be doing the games. So before I get into it, I've got my notes here. I've got all the games I want to talk about. I need to work on my train of thought. So did export from Steam. I went through all of my games and I went, yes, these are the ones that I want to talk about that I think are the best games of all time. I would like to maybe do a follow up with a sort of a longer look at this sometime in the future when I maybe have a bit more time to sort of shore up, maybe do a bit more of a proper reviewing structure, which may come with doing Fumble. So when we do the reviews on Fumble, that may come with a proper episode where I have a pure sort of, this is more of a subjective list. But in the future, we may do a more sort of objective, me doing ratings and figuring out what actually are, based on just pure numbers for me, what are the best games. But today is not that day. Today is, I threw together 10 games. So we're going to go through them. We're coming up on the end of the intro, so I want to just make sure I don't miss anything. Yes, so this will be weekly. Not this. This is same as last week. Sort of every week doing something slightly differently, always about gaming, but always slightly different. Some weeks will be news, some weeks will be other things. What's in the news this week that I can mention in 1 minute and 40 seconds? No. There's been a lot, but I haven't compiled any of the news from this week. I watched this week. Actually, here's a video I will recommend to you. I watched a video by Digital Foundry. Black Flag. That's right, Black Flag, the new Resynced. That's just come out. It's getting good reviews. I've been playing it. I'm going to be playing a bit more today and tomorrow. Now that it's the weekend, I'm posting this on Sunday, but it's a Saturday today. So I'll be trying to get some more gaming and try to get through some more of that this week. But Digital Foundry had an excellent video on the graphics upgrades. Not necessarily a review video, more of just actually showing what was upgraded graphically. And yeah, just sort of doing their typical goodness. They also do some excellent videos. They also do a sort of podcast thing where they go over the news. So they're excellent. So last week was Jason Schreier. This week it's Digital Foundry. Hey, look at that. I'm opinionated. I've got opinions on gaming things. Yes, so water this time. I also have some sugary thing here. This is just some Mountain Dew because I may get to the end of that. And I don't want to have any issues. I learned last time that not having water sucks. that's the end of the intro, so let's get straight into it. The first one is sort of obvious for me. I mentioned it last episode, and that is Antichamber. Antichamber is one of the... I think it is the most mind-bending game I have ever played. I don't think there has been a game quite like Antichamber since. A perfect explanation... Well, by the way, if you're watching this, I might be putting up some game footage on screen. If you're listening to this, there might actually be game footage on screen of the games I talk about. So, yes, that may be a thing. I don't know, I haven't decided. Anyway, Antichamber. So, 4 minutes to know. So, yes. In Antichamber, the goal of the game is you are dropped into a puzzle and you're not told really anything. The game does not hold your hand. You sort of have to figure out what the hell is going on and what the point is. Spoilers, the point of the game is to get 4 guns. These guns can manipulate little blocks, and they can do things like pick them up, put them down. Certain ones can you can middle click on the block and look over in a direction, and it'll just sort of make that block slowly move over there, and there are some interesting puzzles that it comes up with for that. Lots of amazing mechanics, a mind-bending world. Like there are parts of that game where you will walk into the perfect example is at the very beginning. You walk into a hallway, and at the end of the hallway you come to a set of 2 stairs. One stairway going up, one stairway going down. One red, one blue. If you follow I think the red one goes up. So if you follow the red one, you go to the next level, and you enter a hallway, and you turn around, and you keep walking through the hallway, you sort of do a U-turn, and you come to another set of 2 stairs, and they are the same stairs. And you go, okay, well, let's do red again, let's go up again, and you try that, and you come around, and you find the stairs again. And it tells you on the game reveals cryptic hints throughout. When you do something and you sort of experience something, it'll tend to put like a black illustration, a white illustration on a black background on the wall, and it will tell you, it'll sort of show you an image of maybe what you just experienced. And if you click on it, it'll give you a very cryptic message about the situation that you're currently in. So you do the red one, and you go, okay, well, I'm going to go down and do the blue one. Maybe that does something different. And then you go down the blue one, and you come right back to the same set of stairs. And now there's another panel on the other side of the wall. And I believe that panel says the options that the choices that you make don't matter if the result is the same, or something along those lines. And you can go around, and eventually you get sort of sick of this, and you go, man, there really is no way out of here. And you might hit escape and realize you can go back to the sort of main menu, which is actually just a room in the puzzle, but you can click on the map in that room and sort of go wherever you want. But if you choose to instead turn around and walk the way you've walked from, you'll find that you don't return to that same set of stairs you just encountered. You instead encounter a green hallway that turns to the right. And if you walk through into that green hallway, it folds, so that you walk into that green hallway and you turn right, and you sort of see another color, and it turns right, and you follow that. And you see another color, and it turns right, and you follow that. And it's not going up, it's not going down, there's no incline, there's no decline. It's all on the same flat plane. And you just have walked into this loop. And it folds in on itself. And it's one of the most mind-bending things you will ever experience if you've not experienced it yet. So Antichamber, I think it's pretty cheap on Steam. Go get it. It is one of the most amazing puzzle games of all time. I believe the creator is working on a new thing now, so yes, look at that. Okay, that is one and done. Next, I am going to go for... Sorry, I'm just reorganizing my notes because I picked a different game to start with. What am I going to do for my second one? Let's do a game that is very similar, and another game that I spoke about in my last video, in my last podcast. Portal 2. If you have not played Portal 2, what rock? It must be comfortable. Is it a comfortable rock? Because you're really missing out. You really missed out on Portal 2. I specify Portal 2 because that was the Portal that I played. That was my first experience with Portal. I recommend you first play Portal 1, then Portal 2. In my opinion, Portal 1 is like it's a 98. Like a 97 or a 98 out of 100. It's a damn near perfect game. There are tiny, tiny, tiny design flaws in that game that do bring the points down a little bit. And I'm not going to talk about them today. Portal 2, to me, is the best single player and co-op puzzle game ever. Portal 2, the Portal series, let's just say that. I'm just going to say Portal, and that means Portal 1 and 2, but I'll probably talk about 2. Portal really... Okay, I'm going to go back to my notes because I don't want to waste too much time on it. So, one of the best moments in Portal that I can think of is in the first game. So you sort of get to a level and there's a big hole in front of you, and at the bottom is a portalable surface. You can't portal on every surface. You can't put a portal on every surface. You sort of get this portal gun. You can put a portal on any white surface, but you can't put them on any of the black surfaces. So you can fire a portal down there, and the game has a little audio cue, it's just a little bit of movement behind you, and it's a little panel that comes out, and then a portal appears on it. And the game tells you that when you go into a portal, the momentum you carry into it is the same momentum you'll carry out of it. The game explains this with speedy thing goes in, speedy thing comes out, which is just hilarious, silly writing. But yeah, so you jump into this portal and you go flying, and the first time you experience that, you realize that it's not just a game about getting from one place to another so you can get around things. It's using the portals as a mechanic in order to get places. And there are some puzzles in the latter half of Portal 2 that are stupid difficult. Some more intelligent people they'll just see them and go, oh yeah, no, I figured that out. But if it's your first time playing and you're not you're still not really used to the concept of puzzles in a first person video game, you can have some difficulties. I think there are some really interesting puzzles there. There's some amazing storytelling. I think Portal 2 tells the better story. Portal 1 is mechanically far superior in terms of just pure polish. Portal 2 is the best of it's the best narrative in a puzzle game, a first-person puzzle game. So, yes, I very much recommend you play Portal 2. I've got a little bit more time left, so what else do I want to talk about? And the co-op. The co-op is excellent. I highly recommend it. It is a lot of fun. You can actually play it with someone who... I genuinely think it's probably the best way to get someone into video games. I think Portal 2 may be the best game to get someone into video games. There may be another one that I haven't thought of, but That is an excellent game. If you have a younger cousin, or you have an older member of your family who's just never played video games, I remember I had my grandmother play Portal 2, and it was hilarious, and she had a bloody blast. Fun. But yes, Portal 2. Do that thing. We've gotten to the end of that 5 minutes, so I think we're going to slightly change it. I'm going to call the next 10 minutes the Hideo Kojima Simp Fest. What a yay. Sorry about that. Yes. So, for the first 5 minutes, I'm going to talk about Metal Gear Solid, and then the next 5 minutes, I'm going to talk about Death Stranding. So, specifically, I'm going to talk about Metal Gear Solid 2. Just to clarify, every single Metal Gear Solid mainline entry is excellent, in my opinion. Some people will disagree. Some people will say 5 is the biggest pile of trash and you should never play it. I tend to agree slightly, but I don't think I don't believe there is a single mainline Metal Gear Solid game that isn't worth playing. So Metal Gear Solid 2 is one of the, I think it's, in my opinion, it is the best narrative told in any sort of action game. Is that true? I think so. I think, like, in my personal opinion, Portal 2 is one of the best stories ever told in a video game. One of the most interesting settings in a video game, some of the most interesting characters in a video game. I genuinely think all I can say about Metal Gear Solid 2 is Hideo Kojima writes. When Hideo Kojima makes a game, he will sometimes. He'll be one of the... How do I even say this? He's like one of the first people who ever wrote about AI in a medium. I don't know if there are any games other than any other games that came before Metal Gear Solid 2 that had a narrative that explored the concept of an artificial intelligence or of information control that uses information, that uses the internet to control people's minds. And the gameplay is silly. It is stupid silly. There is a section where you're fighting with a sniper rifle, trying to save a little girl from a vampire, and you can use either a sniper rifle or some binoculars, I think, to hear audio that's far away. And if you listen in the right spot, you hear a guard called Johnny, who becomes a major character in a later game. But he's a guard who is on the big shell, who is currently having the shits. Like, it's some of the most camp writing, some of the most intelligent writing, some of the silliest set pieces and silliest characters, some of the most just fun bullshit bananas you will ever experience in a video game. So I highly recommend Metal Gear Solid 2. As for the rest of the series, again, I don't think there's a single bad game. My entire series ranking is 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. I can't stand the first game. I know it's a cult classic, it's great, and I can get through usually the beginning of it, but by the time you get to the point where you've come down off of the roof, I think just after Sniper Wolf, just after the fight with Sniper Wolf, and you're going down that long elevator, that is sort of where the game kills it for me. Which is sad. I really want to love it, because I love all of Hideo Kojima's other games and all his other ideas. He's a weird human being. Yeah, look into the series. Tip for myself again is... Oh, I thought I had muted myself. I have. It's just a thing. Hold on. I've got to deal with a text. Give me a second. Okay, continuing with the Kojima sloppy top. No, I don't think we... I'm gonna have another sip of water. And I am going to talk about Death Stranding. Death Stranding is... Death Stranding is fucking weird. Just... If you know nothing about Death Stranding, go into it blind. Genuinely, just stop listening to what I'm saying. But Death Stranding, the first game, you play as a guy called Sam Porter-Bridges. He is a man who, when he was... This is spoilers. When he was a baby, he was taken out of his mother, who was a still mother. Basically means she's sort of in a form of a super... She's basically brain dead. And she's... But Sam was sort of born still connected to her womb, in a way. Which meant he sort of was in the middle between life and death. He was connected both to what was called the beach, which is the sort of afterlife, and the real world. And are you following? So he... his father, who's played by Mads Mikkelsen, who is sort of the villain throughout the game until you sort of realize he's actually the good guy. Again, spoilers. I won't spoil any of the second game, but yes. So you play as Sam Porter-Bridges, and his dad takes him as a baby, and tries to save him from the president of the United States. Who was a lady who wears a weird mask, who is an extinction entity, and when he is defending... Basically, he's running away with his baby, and when he does that, he takes the baby and is trying to keep it safe, and has his gun pointed, and he's sort of locked in this room in this hospital, and the bad guys come in, and they shoot him. And he drops the baby when he dies, or when he gets shot. And Sam, the baby, dies. And then the president, who is an extinction entity, her other version of herself that's on the beach, which is the thing that connects life and death, finds Sam, who's on the beach, and heals him, making him a repatriate, which means that he can't die. Anyway, so still following. So makes him a repatriate, and basically raises him as her own son. And years later, the time difference between the version of the president who's on the beach and the version of the president that is the president massively changes. The one who's in the real world, her physical form gets older and older and older. Her soul, who is now considered as her daughter, called Amelie, lives on the beach. And no one's ever actually met her. But everyone knows of her, seemingly. What else? And then, so Bridget Strand, who is the president, who is your sort of fake mother, tells Sam, now that he's all grown up and he's become a porter, that he needs to reconnect the United States of America after this massive pandemic. This was written pre-COVID. Just got to point that out. Massive pandemic where everyone is basically locked inside, and he has to... Porter basically delivers things. So he has to use his skills as a porter to deliver things to reconnect all of America, to get to the West Coast to save his sister, who's not really his sister, who's another version of his mother, who's not really his mother. You follow? It is the craziest, silly story. It's beautiful. It's just weird. And the actual gameplay is you are a delivery man. You walk from place to place with a huge amount of things on your back and you deliver them. It is brilliant. It is silly. It is stupid, and I love it. It is the best game for listening to podcasts to when you're playing it. Other than my next games. So, sorry, I really wanted to get through all of that and sort of test my knowledge and test my ability to explain that game. Okay, next. So, Death Stranding was sort of a bit of a walking simulator. That's what some people say. This next game, though, is an actual simulator. Yes, I brought a simulator. Sorry. Yes, I brought an actual simulator into my top 10 list. So, yeah, fuck you, IGN. You would never do. I don't hate IGN. I just anyway. Euro/American Truck Simulator. Euro Truck Simulator and American Truck Simulator are both the best simulator games of all time. You play as the owner of a trucking company in either Europe or America, depending on which game you're playing, and you build a trucking empire by actually driving your truck through a slightly scaled down Europe or slightly scaled down America. But it still takes hours, like actual hours to drive between these cities. It is beautiful. It is so just, it brings you into this feeling. That is the ultimate podcast game. If you need to kill some time, do something fun, and want to listen to a podcast, Euro Truck or American Truck Simulator. I'm not going to say much more. It's just so good. And you can also, it has a whole bunch of implementations with other things. You can do like a steering wheel, you can do a VR headset, you can do 3 screens if you've got it. I'm pretty sure it does 3D as well if you've got 3D on your screens if you want. But yeah, you can basically just live your life as a trucker for however many hours you want. It's just a great little game. So I highly recommend that. I'm going to give myself 2 minutes to sort of slow down and relax. Also, there is a multiplayer mod for it. So, yeah, it is a single-player game, but there is multiplayer mods, I believe, for both. So you can play them multiplayer with your friends. Yeah, very beautiful, great graphics. Highly recommend. Excellent games. So, still got 5 more games to get through. We've been doing this now for almost half an hour, so thank you for sticking around. The next couple games are... I'm just going to look at them for a second. I want to sort of just organize myself so I know which ones I'm going to talk about first. I think I'm going to end with... Is that my favorite game of all time? It kind of is my favorite game of all time. So I think I'm going to end with that. I think I'm going to do that next. And then those 3. Yeah. So I'm going to do that one next. Okay. How are you doing? I hope you're keeping up. I'm sorry the Death Stranding one was so rushed, trying to just explain the story. So just quickly, you going back on that. Death Stranding 2 expands that world, expands that story. Troy Baker plays an absolutely amazing role in that. I think it's my favorite role he's ever done. Did I even mention who plays Sam? Hey Google, who plays Sam in Death Stranding? Norman Reedus, that's right. Hey Google, stop. So yes, Norman Reedus, one of the greatest actors of all time. Such a just cool guy. Yeah, loved playing those games. So yes. Okay, my next game is Satisfactory. Satisfactory is the best factory builder. Factorio in comparison sucks. You watch the viewership just drop all the way down. No, Factorio is good, but Satisfactory is my autism just itch. It just itches that sort of part of my brain that, you know, wants to build super efficient machines and loves the idea of connecting vast distances of resources and making them flow efficiently together and making it all work nicely. And yeah, Satisfactory it's just a brilliant little game. Constant updates. I can't remember if it's still in early access even. I'm pretty sure it's released by now. But even in its early access state, it was excellent. It is an absolutely stellar game. It is definitely lacking a bit in world building and story, but what it lacks in that, it just absolutely, it has in spades in character, in just mechanics and how it feels. It's one of the most intuitive game designs I've come across in the indie world. Because sometimes in a smaller developer, sometimes an indie developer, they will struggle with the concept of how to make their mechanics intuitive. And in my opinion, Satisfactory keeps its mechanics simple, but they are deep. You can really get into the weeds with their mechanics. You can really optimize to the nth degree, and build a factory that is stupid efficient. You can even do priority levels for like conveyor belt splitting, and you can do different speeds of conveyor belts, and you've got to manage how much energy you're producing, and you just got to manage all of these things. And when you get it running well, you will find yourself basically carving an entire... You'll basically find yourself... carving out just massive swaths of like shrubbery because you decided to get a biomass a biomass energy generator, and you'll find yourself just cutting down endless trees, and you'll just be sitting there listening to a podcast while you do it, and it's brilliant. It's just such a brilliant experience. You'll be connecting conveyor belts that just go on for seemingly ever. Then you run into these weird creatures. Some of them are stupid hostile, and they give you a massive fright. There are spiders in the game, but I believe you can just turn those off. I believe there is a slider there. You can basically just turn them off, or you can make them like puppies or something. But yes, it's a brilliant little game. I don't think it's that expensive either. It's probably like 20-30 New Zealand dollars. But just delivers hours of just autism tickling. Tickling of the tisms, as they say. as the youth say. Yes, it is. It's an absolutely just brilliant game, and made by a pretty small team as well. I believe. I could be completely wrong. It could be like a AA developer, and I just have no idea. But I'm pretty sure they're just a relatively small team. So, yeah, excellent game. Definitely worth checking out. Okay. I call the following 3 sections the open world. The open world section. I did have Death Stranding earlier, which is an open world game. I don't know if I mentioned that. Play Death Stranding. So the following 3, I think 2 of them obvious, 1 of them may not be. And I'm leaving out 1 for a reason that I'll explain. So, for the next 15 minutes, I'm going to be talking about Grand Theft Auto. Then I'll talk about Watch Dogs 2 and Legion. And then I will talk about Just Cause. The Just Cause series as a sort of whole. So, Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto 5 is, in my opinion, the best game ever made. The online doesn't exist. That does not exist in my world, in my what's that brilliant phrase that Adam Savage uses? I reject your reality and I substitute my own. I reject you in Grand Theft Auto Online and I substitute it doesn't exist. Grand Theft Auto single player is so fucking good that I think it is the only game that I think it's the game I've beaten the most. Like the single player story I've beaten so many times that I don't think I can count it. I'm probably right. It's probably about 30 times in my entire life. And it's quite special in my to me, because GTA 5 I had when I got on PS3. It was my first own copy, like my own personal copy of a Grand Theft Auto game. And then on PlayStation 4, it was my first game on PlayStation 4. When I got a PC, it was like a proper gaming computer. It was my first game on PC. And then I've got it on PS5, but I don't really play it. I still play it on PC to this day. The enhanced edition has come out, and that's nice. It looks nicer, but the underlying story and world and characters is just so fucking good that honestly I don't care. The Legacy Edition at Ultra settings still just looks... It's just one of the most breathtaking games of all time. It is just a larger-than-life game, and I cannot recommend it enough. Obviously, the entire Grand Theft Auto series is also excellent. You can't really pick a mainline Grand Theft Auto game and go wrong. Even some of the spin-offs, not necessarily narrative works of art, but still Grand Theft Auto, like still mechanically at their core superb games. My first experience with Grand Theft Auto was Liberty City Stories. Yes, Liberty City Stories. I never played Vice City, San Andreas 3 or 4 when I was a kid. Liberty City Stories was my Grand Theft Auto. Not even on PSP, on PS2. The PS2 version of Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. I had a very sad childhood. Oh, but yes, I loved that game. And Grand Theft Auto 4 was my first experience of next-gen graphics in my hand. Like, the first time I played a game with, like, next-gen graphics after the PlayStation 2. But I never really liked Grand Theft Auto 4. I think it's the only Grand Theft Auto I've not finished. I also didn't finish 3, but I didn't like Claude. But every other mainline Grand Theft Auto game, other than the 2D era games, excellent games. I can't recommend them enough. And obviously Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming, so yes, I've already pre-ordered it, and I feel like a dick for it. But anyway, it's just no one does it like Rockstar. That's just a fact. It's just no one does it like Rockstar. The closest anyone for me has ever gotten to Rockstar's magic is Ubisoft. I know what you're thinking. No. Nothing. None of those other ones. There are 2 good Ubisoft games, except for like some of the early Assassin's Creed. But there are only 2. There are 2 Ubisoft games that I consider to be excellent games, like superb games. They do have some of the Ubisoft stink on them, but nonetheless, they are superb games, and they are Watch Dogs 2 and Watch Dogs Legion. Actually, one second. Blow my legs, blow my everything. Watch Dogs Legion, one of the few games I have on PlayStation 5 physically, because I didn't really. That was one of the only games on the entire PlayStation 5 did I pre-buy it? But no, I bought brand new. Every other game I bought on PlayStation 5 physically I bought secondhand. I think every single one of them. So, Watch Dogs 2 and Watch Dogs Legion both came after Watch Dogs, which was an excellent test, an excellent experiment at a modern day setting with hacking mechanics, but Watch Dogs, the base game, like the very first game, it was an experiment, it was a test. Watch Dogs 2 is the best Ubisoft game. Ubisoft has never made a better game than Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs 2 has the best characters in an Ubisoft game. They have the best mechanics of any Ubisoft game. The setting is just amazing. San Francisco is such a beautiful place. I adore driving at top speed through San Francisco in Watch Dogs 2. It is one of the most brilliant experiences. If you haven't played Watch Dogs 2, go play Watch Dogs 2. The one you may not agree with, I think most people can agree with Watch Dogs 2 is like Ubisoft's best game. Watch Dogs Legion, not so much. Watch Dogs Legion, to me, is slightly better. I hate, it's like, they're more or less the same game. But Ubisoft made Watch Dogs Legion for me. I don't have any other explanation other than they made that game just for me. I don't know who else wants that game. I love the setting. London is just such a beautiful setting. I love that you can just play as anyone, and characters remember you, and if you do shit, it pisses them off. Like if you run over someone in a video game, you usually don't feel that, and then you run over someone in Watch Dogs Legion, and the next time you run into someone on the street and you go, "Oh, I want to recruit you," it says, "Oh, hates hates DeadSec, which is the group you're in, because a member of DeadSec killed their brother. It's like, what? Oh, I ran that guy over. It's like, was run over by DeadSec. Like, some of the most just brilliant and character backgrounds for like random NPCs and NPCs that like actually. It's the only time I've ever believed a game when it says every NPC has a daily pattern they follow, and they have a job that they go to, and they go to that job and they do their job, and then they go home, and they go and do activities that they like, and yes, absolutely they do that in that game. It is a superb game. But you probably prefer Watch Dogs 2, which is fine. They're both excellent games. But I have a it's a forbidden love. People hate me. But yes, it's a forbidden love I have with Watch Dogs Legion. And you probably won't like it, but I do. I absolutely adore that game. Okay, we need to move on because I'm already a minute over for the next one. Just Cause. Just Cause is the best superhero game. Yep. The Just Cause series are the best superhero games. There is not a better superhero game. You play as angry liberator man Rico Rodriguez. He is a man with a parachute, sometimes with a wingsuit, and always a grappling hook. And he likes to blow things up. And when you're playing as Rico Rodriguez, you like to blow things up. Every game is sort of set on a island or a chain of islands, usually in an authoritarian state, in which Rico has been sent there or has gone there to liberate this island. And you liberate the island by blowing all of the authoritarian regime's shit up. Like, that's the gameplay. That's the gameplay loop. Go to a place, blow everything up. The games are just fine-tuned to just be the best action movie game. I don't think any game has gotten close to just the feeling of that sort of feeling of being in an action movie that Just Cause has. For example, if you're driving your car and you crash at high speed, it just goes flying and tumbling and looks amazing. If that same car you drive at the exact same wall or the exact same other car, but instead you just jump out with your parachute, because you can do that, you can just go parachute and you just parachute and the car goes off and hits that thing, it explodes like a fucking movie. It is hilarious, it is amazing fun. There is no story. Don't go into it for the story. Don't go into it for fucking cutscenes. Go into it for the stupid gameplay. Just Cause 4 is the latest of that series, and it feels sadly like we're not going to get another one. At least not for a long time. But Just Cause 4 is the best of the series in terms of just pure mechanics and pure fun. Don't at me. Some people didn't like Just Cause 4, but if you're going into a stupid, silly action film with the expectation of an amazing plot, you're doing it wrong. Just Cause has a plot just to justify its existence, and that's the only reason. It has one because it's the formality. Because you don't just drop someone into a sandbox and say, go and blow these things up. You say, okay, this is the bad guy, and then this is the bad guy things, and this is what they're doing, and now go blow all the things up. And it's amazing. Just Cause is my favorite open world series. Just for the pure chaos, the pure fun, the pure anarchy. So if you've never played Just Cause 3 or Just Cause 4, absolutely exceptional games. You will not have a bad time with Just Cause. I can damn well guarantee that. What if my last one? This last game on my list is the only EA game on my list. Which is kind of mean. It is a slightly mean thing. But it's the only EA game that I would consider almost perfect. Mirror's Edge. Some of you are going, oh man, Mirror's Edge is amazing. And some of you are going, what the fuck is Mirror's Edge? What the fuck is a Mirror's Edge? Mirror's Edge is a game made by Danse. And you play as a character called Faith, who is a runner. And a runner is basically someone who does parkour to get from place to place in order to deliver packages. You can ignore the story. Don't focus on the story. It's silly. The gameplay is just so stupid. It's just so fun. It's the best first-person parkour game in the world. You play in the city, and you run and you jump and you wall run and you slide and you punch and you kick. The punching and the kicking is not the important part. It's the person who got me onto this game was Nerdcubed, and the best explanation I have for Mirror's Edge is it is all of the parts of a Doctor Who story. Like, it's just the most basic tropes of Doctor Who. And it's, you go to a place, you figure out how to leave, and you leave very quickly. I don't think he says it specifically like that, but basically, it's not a fighting game. You can fight in it. I wish they just made it so you would just die if you try to fight, because it is the best run away from things game ever. It is just the ultimate, that's the direction, run away from the thing behind you game. There are some slow bits. It's not a perfect game, but I would say it's a 94% perfect game. You'd have a hard time finding a game as good as Mirror's Edge. It has just some of the tightest mechanics, some excellent extra content like time trials that are set in the same settings as the levels from the game, that are actually genuinely quite difficult to get a good time on. And you will, if you, sorry, water. But if you do, getting a reflection. But if you do play it, you will find yourself, if you do find yourself playing the time trials in that game, you will end up just optimizing your routes and optimizing your movement and your flow and how you run and how you get over things and your paths to the nth degree. In the Mirror's Edge, just the single player story you can get through in about 2 hours. I think 2 hours is right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can just get through that in 2 hours. It's not a long game. It's not a difficult game. I'm sorry that the sun is currently in my face, but maybe that's a saving grace there. But yes, the sun has come out for Mirror's Edge. Jesus Christ, the sun is bright. I'm an adult. Let me. Okay. The timer has gone off for. Here we go. Sherlock will block the sun for me. Or not. Come on, Benedict. There we go. Well, we've come to the end anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, yes, Mirror's Edge. Play it. It's excellent. Only good game EA's ever made. in my There are some of the Battlefield games are good, but Mirror's Edge is the best game that they've made. And the sequel was shit. Which is sad, because Mirror's Edge is just brilliant. It's beautiful. So go and play that. That is your task. Go and play some of those games. Go play Mirror's Edge, one of the best games of all time. Quick roundup: Antichamber, Portal 2, Metal Gear Solid and Death Stranding, the Kojima-verse games, Euro and American Truck Simulator, Satisfactory, Grand Theft Auto 5, but basically the whole Grand Theft Auto series, Watch Dogs 2 and Watch Dogs 2 and Watch Dogs Legion, the Just Cause series, 4 is the best one, do not at me, and Mirror's Edge. Those are games I would consider just the best games of all time. I had more things I wanted to get through, but we are out of time for today. So let me know, what are your favourite games? I said that a little too fast. What are your favourite games? I'm slightly tired now. Oh, I got through it without coughing this whole time. Yes. So what are your favourite games? Do you disagree with any of the picks that I made? Did you never hear about some of these and you're going to go now play them? I would love to hear. I really want to share just positive vibes about games. We want, there's always bad news, and we will eventually, when more bad news happens, we will cover it. But as much as possible, I want to cover just what we love about games. So this is my love of games. Next week, something else. I'll come up with it. Probably in a drug-fueled rage. I'm so tired. Yeah, I got like no sleep last night. So anyway. So, any of the footage you saw on screen today, I probably got off YouTube. So, if I put game footage on screen, then it's probably going to be in the comments, not the comments, in the doobly-doo, the description. Any of the music you heard today, that is Kevin MacLeod. Kevin MacLeod is amazing. For 38 American dollars, you can get his entire royalty-free collection of music, which you can just download straight onto your computer. It's like 11 gigs or something. He is brilliant. Amazing songs. If you've ever heard a song on YouTube, it's probably by him. And any of the songs you hear are here, as I said. Also, Kevin MacLeod. Any last things? Yes, mentioned earlier, Digital Foundry. Go check those guys out. Those guys are amazing. Very much the technical side of gaming journalism. They also had an amazing interview with Mark Cerny and one of the people from Insomniac who worked on Spider-Man 2 when they were working on the PlayStation 5 Pro. It is a really interesting interview, so I would recommend that as well. So yes, people to go and check out. Next week, do I have anything quickly I can come up with? No. No promises for next week. I have ideas of like roughly where I want to go with this, but nothing concrete yet of what's actually going to happen. So next week, next week we will do that thing, and I'll be here as well. So yes, thank you very much for watching. This was slightly weird. Also, tell me, did you like having the camera on? It's sort of rough. I can clean it up a bit more, but that is my time. Yeah, let me know what you think, and I shall see you again next week. If all goes according to plan and I come up with what I'm going to do. Can you tell he's flying by the seat of his pants? No, I'm not. I'm so prepared. You don't even see there's like a whiteboard over there, and it's got like all of my ideas, and there's red string, and oh no, it's just all caught fire. Ta-ra.